Step beneath the emerald canopy of the tropical rainforest, where sunlight filters through towering trees, painting the forest floor in shifting patterns of gold and green. This is a world teeming with life, a place where the air hums and every shadow hides a new mystery. From the stealthy jaguar prowling through the undergrowth to the dazzling plumage of a toucan perched high above, the rainforest is home to some of the most extraordinary animals on Earth. But among them, one stands out as both majestic and mysterious: the cassowary. With its towering height, this flightless bird is often called the guardian of the rainforest. Deep within the dense rainforests of Australia and New Guinea, this creature is roaming in near silence. With its striking blue skin, prehistoric casque, and dagger-like claws, looks like a relic of a forgotten age. And in many ways, it is. Cassowaries belong to a group of flightless birds called ratites, an ancient avian family that includes ostriches, emus, rheas, and the now extinct moa and elephant birds. These birds share a common ancestor that once roamed the prehistoric landscapes of Gondwana, the supercontinent that eventually fragmented into the landmasses we know today. Unlike their flying relatives, ratites evolved with powerful legs built for running rather than wings for flight, adapting to their environments in unique ways over millions of years. The cassowary's lineage stretches back through time, revealing a fascinating story of adaptation and survival. Over millions of years, cassowaries have remained largely unchanged, a testament to their perfect design for life in the jungle. Cassowaries are living relics, descendants of a lineage that stretches back to the time of the dinosaurs, shaped by millions of years of evolution. One of the closest ancient relatives of cassowaries is the guenornis, a giant flightless bird that lived in Australia until about 50,000 years ago. Standing over 2 meters tall, or 6.5 feet, and weighing around 230 kilograms or 500 pounds, guenornis was part of the mihirung, or thunderbird lineage. Though bulkier than cassowaries, it likely shared similar dietary habits and rainforest habitats before vanishing, possibly due to climate change or early human hunting. Going even further back, cassowaries share a distant connection with the Dromornithidae, another group of giant flightless birds that lived in Australia millions of years ago. Though not direct ancestors, these massive birds reflect a long evolutionary trend of large, ground-dwelling avians dominating the landscape after the age of dinosaurs. Unlike their bulkier plains-dwelling relatives, cassowaries took a different evolutionary path, from open plains to dense rainforests. Over millions of years, they adapted to the dense tropical rainforest, where agility and stealth were key to survival. Their wings shrank as they no longer needed flight to escape predators, while their legs became powerful running tools, allowing them to sprint at speeds up to 50 kilometers per hour and leap over obstacles. But their most striking feature, the casque, remains a mystery. This helmet-like casque is composed of keratin, the same material that makes up human fingernails, rhino horns, and bird beaks. Beneath this tough outer layer is a spongy, honeycomb-like bone structure, making the casque surprisingly lightweight yet durable. It varies in size and shape among individuals, with some cassowaries having taller, more pronounced casques than others. What is this strange structure? A weapon? A tool? A crown of the rainforest? While no one knows for sure, scientists have uncovered several fascinating possibilities, each offering a glimpse into the secret life of this prehistoric bird. Here are some of a few interesting theories. a built-in rainforest helmet. Picture a cassowary sprinting through the rainforest really fast, ducking under branches, weaving through vines, and leaping over fallen trees. In a world where dense vegetation is everywhere, the casque might serve as a natural head shield, helping the bird push through tangled growth without injury. Like a living spear, the cassowary moves forward, using its casque to part the jungle like a blade through water. A crown of status and power. In many bird species, striking features, bright plumage, long feathers, or large crests serve as status symbols. The cassowary's casque may be its own version of this, signaling age, dominance, and strength to rivals and potential mates. The bigger the casque, the more impressive the bird. Older, more dominant cassowaries tend to have larger casques, which could help them intimidate challengers and establish control over their territory. In this sense, the casque isn't just decoration, it's a badge of power in the wild. The jungle whisperer. Okay, this is the cool one. If the rainforest is a symphony of life, the cassowary may have the ultimate built-in sound amplifier. These birds produce deep, resonating calls, some of the lowest frequency sounds of any bird. So low, in fact, that humans can barely hear them. Some scientists believe the casque acts as a resonator, allowing cassowaries to pick up distant calls or enhance their own deep rumbles. Imagine a secret conversation echoing through the jungle, one that only cassowaries can hear. A personal air conditioner? The thick, humid air of the rainforest can be stifling, but what if the casque helps cassowaries cool down? Some researchers suggest that its honeycomb-like structure acts like a radiator, allowing heat to escape from the bird's body. Similar to how elephants use their ears to regulate temperature, the cassowary's casque might function as a natural cooling system, keeping it comfortable in the tropical heat. Or maybe a warrior armor? The casque is a puzzle carved by millions of years of evolution. Perhaps it is a tool, a weapon, a crown, a voice amplifier, and a cooling system all in one. The mystery remains. But let's talk about their most crucial adaptation, diet. Deep in the tropical rainforests of Australia, New Guinea, and nearby islands, the cassowary roams with a vital mission. A silent force is at work, one that shapes the very world it inhabits. Unlike its fierce appearance might suggest, the cassowary is primarily a frugivore, meaning its diet consists mostly of fruit. These animals have a voracious appetite, consuming a vast variety of fruits, over 200 different species. Some of the favorites are native figs, blue quandong, and some of the toxic ones like cassowary plum or burrowang seeds. Yes, toxic for most animals, but harmless for them. They swallow most fruits whole, often consuming seeds larger than golf balls without chewing. Their strong digestive system processes the fruit pulp while leaving the seeds intact and ready to grow once excreted. While fruit makes up about 90% of their diet, cassowaries are opportunistic feeders. Yet, cassowaries are not picky eaters. When fruit is scarce, they turn to fungi, insects, small vertebrates, and even carrion, ensuring their survival in the ever-changing rainforest. They may be frugivores at heart, but they are also opportunistic survivors, adapting to what nature provides. A true rainforest gardener. Yes, that's what makes cassowaries truly extraordinary. Not just what they eat, but what they leave behind. Their powerful digestive system breaks down fruit pulp, but leaves seeds intact, allowing them to pass through their system and be deposited far from the parent tree. Some seeds, including those of the rare cassowary plum, cannot germinate unless they first pass through a cassowary, making this bird essential to the survival of certain plant species. Nature is so amazing. As they roam, their nutrient-rich droppings become miniature nurseries, providing the perfect conditions for seedlings to take root. With every meal, cassowaries replant the rainforest, ensuring that new life thrives in their wake. So, when do cassowaries attack? They are the Junger's fierce warriors, silent, mysterious, and lethal. Behind its prehistoric beauty lies a formidable warrior, one armed with razor-sharp claws, crushing strength, and a survival instinct honed over millions of years. Cassowaries may be the most dangerous birds on Earth. While they prefer solitude, their powerful legs and deadly claws make them fearsome fighters when threatened. Unlike most flightless birds, which rely on size or speed to escape danger, the cassowary is both an agile sprinter and brutal while defending. Unlike many other birds that rely on flight or camouflage to survive, the cassowary has evolved into a master of ground combat, using its powerful legs, incredible speed, and razor-sharp claws to defend itself and its territory. The cassowary's legs are its most formidable weapons. Designed for speed and power, they give the bird its incredible agility and strength. A single kick from a cassowary can strike with a force equivalent to over 500 pounds per square inch, which is stronger than some human punches and can send an opponent flying backward. But what makes the cassowary's kick so deadly is not just its sheer strength, it's the precision with which it is delivered. The bird can kick forward with both feet simultaneously, targeting vulnerable areas like the chest, face, or abdomen. Fast and unpredictable, in a matter of seconds, it can close the distance between itself and its target, leaping into the air to deliver a double-footed strike. This is not just a bird protecting itself, it is a master of physical force. Despite its heavy build, the cassowary is remarkably fast and agile. It can reach speeds of up to 50 kilometers per hour, outrunning most predators. Speed is really important for the cassowary, but it's not just about running away. Speed also allows them to engage in surprise attacks. With a swift sprint, a cassowary can launch an ambush, charging at its opponent with lightning speed, only to strike with both its feet in a sudden and powerful blow. They are living blur in the dense undergrowth, capable of escaping threats and returning blows when necessary. The true mark of a cassowary's fighting prowess lies in its inner claws, which are arguably the most lethal weapon in its arsenal. Each foot is equipped with 3 claws, 2 on the outer toes, and the inner claw, the longest and most deadly. This claw grows up to 12 centimeters or 5 inches long and is as sharp as a dagger, designed for cutting, slashing, and maiming. Cassowaries use these claws to slash at predators, whether in defense of their young or to drive away rival animals. While the bird does not rely on its claws for fighting in the same way it uses its kicks, the claws are still instrumental for delivering fatal blows. A single slash from a cassowary can disembowel a predator or leave deep, painful wounds. These claws are also a warning sign to anyone daring to challenge the cassowary, a sharp reminder of the bird's strength. Every tool in the cassowary's body is designed for survival and dominance in a dense, unpredictable jungle. It uses its deadly claws for precision attacks, its powerful legs for explosive kicks, and its speed to outmaneuver both predators and rivals. But it is not just the ability to fight that makes the cassowary so remarkable. It is the perfect combination of these tools which allows the bird to adapt to nearly any situation in the jungle. So, how dangerous are they to humans? Despite their fearsome reputation, cassowaries are naturally elusive and prefer to avoid human contact. They live deep within tropical rainforests, blending into the shadows and moving silently through the undergrowth. Most of the time, if a cassowary sees a human, it will simply disappear into the jungle rather than confront them. However, there are situations where a cassowary may turn aggressive, particularly if it feels threatened or provoked. A cassowary attack can be extremely dangerous for humans. There have been documented cases of cassowary attacks on humans. 1926, a teenage boy in Australia was killed when a cassowary slashed his throat after he attempted to strike it with a club. 2012, a tour guide in Queensland was kicked and injured after accidentally getting too close to a cassowary while leading a group of tourists. 2019, a man who owned a cassowary as an exotic pet was fatally injured when he fell into its enclosure and was attacked by the bird. While deaths from cassowary attacks are rare, injuries are more common, especially if humans ignore safety precautions or attempt to approach, corner, or feed the birds. So, the best relationship between humans and cassowary is relationship of caution and respect. Cassowaries are not bloodthirsty killers. They are wild animals with powerful natural defenses. When given space and respect, they prefer to avoid conflict rather than seek it. For those who encounter cassowaries in the wild, the best approach is simple. Observe from a safe distance. Do not feed them, and never corner them. When treated with caution and respect, cassowaries remain what they truly are, majestic and essential guardians of the rainforest, not enemies of humans. They have a parenting secret? Yes, they do. The cassowary stands out not just for its power, but for its unexpected and rare approach to parenting. In the avian world, it's typically the female who lays the eggs, while the male plays a more passive role. But with cassowaries, the dynamics are reversed in a truly remarkable way. For females, parenting begins with the privileged role of reproduction. She will court and mate with a male, and then once fertilization has occurred, she will lay a clutch of 3 to 5 large, vibrant green eggs. After carefully selecting a nesting site in the dense underbrush, she lays her eggs and then, without further involvement, leaves. Her role as a mother ends almost as quickly as it begins, and she will move on, often seeking new mates. This departure is one of the most striking features of cassowary parenting. The female's commitment to the continuation of the species is brief, and once the eggs are laid, her job is done. That is intriguing. While the female disappears from the scene, the male cassowary assumes an incredibly dedicated and protective role. After laying the eggs, the male incubates them alone for 50 days, never straying far from his precious charge. His commitment during this period is remarkable. He remains focused entirely on his duties. Throughout this time, the male's only goal is to keep the eggs warm, safe, and undisturbed. Once the eggs hatch, the male continues his full responsibility. As a sole caretaker, he raises the chicks from the moment they emerge from their shells. The young ones are immediately precocious, able to walk within hours of hatching, and the male continues to guard them fiercely. He teaches them how to forage, how to navigate the dense undergrowth of the rainforest, and most importantly, how to survive. What a dad! Imagine just the connection they have. In the case of the cassowary, parenthood is a remarkable balance of shared responsibility, with the male assuming a role most other species would consider unconventional. Their parenting system may be rare, but it is an exceptional example of the intricate ways in which nature adapts, ensuring the survival of its most fascinating creatures. A living relic of ancient times, a warrior of the rainforest, and a vital force in the delicate balance of its ecosystem. With their striking beauty, formidable strength, and unmatched resilience, these birds command both respect and awe. They are not villains of the wild, nor mindless aggressors. They are solitary protectors of their domain, defending themselves when necessary, but preferring the silence of the jungle to unnecessary conflict. With every step they take, cassowaries scatter seeds, shaping the very forests they inhabit, ensuring life continues to thrive in their wake. They are a reminder that the natural world is not ours to dominate, but to respect. These birds are not just survivors of the past, they are guardians of the present, ensuring that the rainforest remains as untamed and magnificent as they are. We love exploring the wonders of nature and sharing its most fascinating secrets with you. If you'd like to support our journey into the wild, consider becoming a member of the channel. Hit subscribe, join our community, and let's keep discovering the extraordinary together. See you in the next adventure. Nature's Code.